What's up, this is Chuck, and I'm here today to tell you about this badass piece of America muscle I have for sale right behind me here, which is my 2007 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8. Let's check it out. As I was saying, this is a 2007 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8, but this is not your standard SRT8. I've actually done a lot of modifications to this to set it apart from any other SRT8 Jeep you might see like this, which you might not see that many to begin with because there was only 11,000 of these produced through a 5 model year run from 2006 to 2010 of this WK1 body style. So what I'm going to do is walk around the exterior right now to show you some of the exterior visual modifications that I've had done. For example, I've had all the moldings that were chrome painted black to match the vehicle. I've had all the Jeep and Grand Cherokee emblems shaved off the vehicle and put certain things on, like the 426 HEMI emblem built into the side of the side moldings where it used to say Grand Cherokee. I've also had the wheels, the factory 20-inch SRT wheels, powder coated black to match the vehicle with the SRT in there, hand painted red. Also notice I have Brembo brakes with drilled and slotted rotors as well. We'll make our way around the back of the vehicle here. I had purchased the 5-piece LED, tinted LED taillight set from a place called Taillight Solutions that actually included a modification that made these rear fog lights functional. They're not functional from the factory, but now they are. So you have that functioning as a turn signal, a brake light, and also a parking light. While we're back here too, I also had installed the Borla S catback exhaust system with 5-inch exhaust tips. It sounds great. I'll show you what that sounds like here in a minute. We make our way around the other side of the vehicle. You see it's all very clean. Paints have been very well taken care of. There's some very minor surface blemishes, like for example, there you can see, I don't even know if you can see that. There's like one here and like maybe one here. I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, just little things like that. I mean, that's like really all there is. This is very well taken care of over the course of the, 7 years or so that it's been around. I also have these custom headlights built, which are actually dual retrofitted HID projectors. Notice here the housing inside has been painted black with the same paint code to match the rest of the vehicle. You have a projector here for low beam and a projector here for high beam. You notice that there's SRT etched in the high beam lens. This is all done correct, so that way it's not just like somebody throwing an HID bulb inside of a factory housing. You actually have a great beam pattern spread with these. It's safe. It looks really cool. And there's also, if you notice these yellow rings, these are halos that light up as well when they're hooked up to the parking lights. Below, fog lights as well. We have HIDs in those as well. So you have matching 6000K HID lights in high beam, low beam, and fog lights. So we make our way inside the Jeep. You'll see it's got full leather interior. It's got a gray leather interior with dark graphite inserts, SRT embroidered on the backs of the driver's seat and the passenger seat, which is standard for this vehicle. Full leather bench in the back, same type of graphite inserts in the back as well. In the front, one of the main features is the 6-disc in-dash MP3 changer. It's also a navigation unit. Comes with a backup camera and backup sensor so you can see behind you when you're backing up. Also has a Boston Audio 6-speaker stereo system. I added a 10-inch Rockford Fosgate subwoofer in the back with separate bass gain control right here in the front. I also did some small modifications in here, just visual stuff. I took, covered up the Jeep emblem with an SRT8 emblem on the steering wheel. Also here on the shift knob. One of the things we have here too is the Diablo Trinity tuner. This manages all of the airflow and all the settings for the engine to make sure it runs smoothly. And I'll get to that here in just a second as well. But it's also power everything, power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, power pedals, power moonroof as you can see here. And I also included the WeatherTech floor mats here, which I prefer. It's got, but I also have a custom embroidered SRT8 floor mats that I'll include for you as free that are a carpet. To make our way to the back seat here, you see the leather bench here, same WeatherTech floor mats on the bottom. It also includes a flip down DVD player, a TV for, if you got kids or anybody in the back here that they can enjoy. It comes with a 2 pair of infrared headphones as well. Shot of the back seat from the passenger side here, as you can see, full leather bench, very well maintained. And then the front passenger side seat here, you can see this from this angle as well. I'm going to show you the biggest difference that sets this Jeep apart from a lot of the other Jeeps out there that you might find, which is a 426 cubic inch Generation 3 HEMI Stroker engine. Okay, the standard engine that comes with this is a 6.1 liter, which is equivalent to a 371 cubic inch engine. This is a 426 cubic inch engine, which is equivalent to a 7 liter. It makes approximately 540 horsepower to the crank, about 440 actual horsepower to the wheels, which is a significant about 140 to 150 horsepower increase over the factory engine, and about 100 foot-pounds of torque increase over the factory engine as well. All the work was done by a guy named Troy Ding with Ding's Custom Car Care, who builds and races HEMIs here in Vancouver, Washington. And not only did we replace the block with the 426, we also refinished the 6.1 heads, put in forged pushrods, put in a 180-degree thermostat, put in upgraded stronger valve strings to handle also the upgraded performance camshaft that's in here as well. Now you notice the valve covers still say 6.1 HEMI, but all that is just the factory plastic covers that come with it. So let's start this bad boy up and show you guys what it sounds like. As you guys can see, this thing purrs like a kitten, has a nice chunky throaty lope from the camshaft that we have inside there. It all idles and runs smooth because of the Diablo Trinity tuner, which with the custom built tune by Troy Ding, the same guy who built the engine. It's got a lot of power, but it's also reliable and safe. It's all done right, built right, so it's all good for if you want to use it for the family or you want to go out to the track. It's all up to you. The car's got 55,919 miles on the original odometer. The new engine was installed at 53,970 miles, which means that the new engine approximately only has about 1,900 miles on it. So you've got tons of life left. This thing's built solid as a rock, and you're not going to have any issues with it whatsoever. The automatic transmission that comes with this is the standard NAG 1 tranny that comes in these Jeeps. It's automatic with the select shift function, which I like to use. It actually makes it a lot more fun to drive. But these transmissions can actually handle about 500 to 550 horsepower to the wheels, so you won't have to worry about any issues with this transmission being able to handle the power of the engine. In fact, I have, and it's been running just fine. And not only that, I also replaced the rear end with a Dana 44 Special 373 rear end with a Wave Track limited slip differential. So this vehicle is all-wheel drive as it is, but with the Wave Track limited slip in the rear, it really hooks up and it launches really, really well. I also want to let you guys know up front, I've never tracked this vehicle. I've never raced it on track. I haven't beat up on it. I actually still drive it pretty conservatively, even with all the modifications I've had done to it. I've had a couple people try to challenge me on the streets here and there, but I make short work of them. I just think they more or less wanted to see what it was that I was working with. But around here in Portland, to be on a track, you have to, if your car goes over 100 miles an hour, you got to wear a helmet. If it's faster than 10 seconds in the quarter mile, you have to have a roll cage, and I do not have a cage inside, as you can see here. And if you're curious, since I haven't run it on the quarter, but based on the numbers that I've seen with it having about 540 horsepower to the crank, and like I said, about 440 to the wheels, it will run probably a low 12 or a high 11-second quarter mile just on the regular 92 octane pump gas that it has inside. But the fact that it's a 5,500-pound SUV is actually still pretty remarkable that it will go that fast. So I'm going to cover some of the frequently asked questions that a lot of people probably have, which is, first of all, why did I replace the engine? Well, when I bought it from the dealership, on the second order of this vehicle, when I bought it from the dealership, they had an aftermarket cold air intake on it. If you don't know what that is, it's a pipe that comes off the engine that sucks air into the engine. It's supposed to make it more high performance. Well, they had one that placed the filter all the way down by the bumper, and on Christmas night of 2012, it was raining outside. It went through a puddle, it sucked up a bunch of water into the engine, hydro-locked it, threw a rod out the side of the block, and it was history. Chrysler doesn't make the 6.1 blocks anymore, or they're on very far back order if you can find one. So I was left with an option of getting a 6.3 liter, a 7 liter, or even like a 7.2 or 7.3 liter, and I opted for the 7 liter, which is a 426-inch block, and that's why I replaced the engine. But as you can see, I showed you under the hood, it's got a different intake on it where the filter's right up there in the engine bay, so you never have to worry about that happen again, and that's the only reason really why I replaced the engines. Now the second question is why are you selling it? And I actually, I don't have a reason. I don't really want to sell it. I don't need the money. I don't need to get rid of it. It's just, it sits in the garage most of the time. We have 3 cars. It hardly gets driven, actually, now that I've put all this work into it. So I figured that my family and I could probably use something better, like a boat or something that we can all enjoy, instead of just having this sitting in the garage. I also have all the paperwork and receipts to verify every single modification and replacement that's been done on this Jeep. Includes date stamps, mileage stamps of things installed, like, of course, the engine and the rear end. So everything is verifiable with proof to show you everything that's been done in the timeline for this vehicle. Kelley Blue Book has this particular vehicle listed with the miles that it's at in factory condition at between 31 to 32,000 miles, and that's in what they consider a very good condition. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people that has realistic expectations. I know that Kelley Blue Book is more or less just a guide. Just like anything else, anything's only really worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, right? So what I have this listed at is $29,995, so just a little bit under $30,000. I'm actually pricing it below Kelley Blue Book in their very good condition. I never even consider my vehicles excellent. The only time a vehicle is excellent is when it's brand new on a showroom floor, and a lot of people are in love with their cars. They think they're worth all the money in the world, but I'm a little more realistic. Even though this is a nice piece of machinery, I know that it's really only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So I feel that pricing it at $29,995 is a very good amount of value for the money, because it's below the market value, and I've spent about $12,000 in modifications on it to get it to where it is now, and you can own it for actually less than what Kelley Blue Book says it's worth. So if you're interested and you want to get a hold of me, feel free to email me onlinepaydays@gmail.com, or get a hold of me on Facebook and message me there, or send me a message on YouTube if you happen to be seeing this video on YouTube. You know, if you're interested, make an offer. If you're going to lowball it, just keep it to yourself. Not interested, like I said, don't need to sell it. I don't care. I just, you know, if I figured if I can get rid of it, get something else that my family can use as a whole, then I'll do it. If not, I'll just end up keeping it myself. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.